So I'm doing dishes and I hear that ringing in my right ear. And before, when I would hear like ringing in my ears, usually my right one, I would think that like maybe I was crazy whenever I started feeling like really alert and tapped into something or some shit. Now it's just like, oh yeah, it's my higher self or something good trying to get my attention. I need to just pay attention to what pops into my head. So I'm doing dishes and I start thinking about how this all happened to me and kind of wrapped up around September 25th, 2022, which is just coincidentally the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. Never knew that. And when I was going through this, it was like something happened like 7 years ago, and there might be something bad coming within the next 7. And all of a sudden in my head, I'm seeing the 2 witnesses of Revelation come forward or something. And then all of a sudden, the Pope and all these people are doing this global repentance shit and getting new 10 commandments. And then all of a sudden, there's a bunch of Jewish synagogues in Israel flying flags saying the Messiah is here. And then all of a sudden, this Yanuka Rav Shlomo guy starts going into talks with rabbis over there, and they start sacrificing bulls and start doing a bunch of crazy shit, like all around the same time. And it was just like very overwhelming. But so then I started getting curious about what the hell happened around September 25th, 7 years before that. And then I see that this was when the UN Summit on Sustainable Development Goals happened, where they started introducing Agenda 2030 stuff.
Every person living on the planet and planet. Holiness, welcome to the pulpit of the world. We are here to...
I just look at that guy now and just go, wow. Wow.
Listen, muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that
the
guy.
Secretary General for his statement.
What a shitbag.
And on behalf of the General Assembly, I once again wholeheartedly welcome His Holiness Pope Francis to this hall, and I invite him to address the General Assembly.
Yeah, I can't even, because I'm staying in a good mood today, and I'm just listening to music and jamming and kicking out good energy. But yeah, now all of a sudden there's a bunch of toxic chemical releases everywhere, and according to this Agenda 2030, the government's allowed to come seize all this toxic land and force people into these 15-minute cities so that everybody can be surveilled and the whole beast system can come into effect. It's just like gross. Like, call me bipolar with psychotic features, but I'm back on. I'm not voting. I am. I can't. I literally just can't. I cannot believe that it is so hard for me to just like stop like with the politics. It really is fucked up. So political. I was so political. This was so shitty. It is so unreal to step back and look and be able to see how your party has been always partially on the side of wrong too, no matter what. They're 2 wings of the same bird. This sucks. I'll tell you what, if anybody sees this video who is a hardcore Democrat, who is no matter what going to vote Democrat, If you come down off your high horse, I will not fucking vote either. I am so sick of fighting with you. I am so sick of fighting with everybody. We're literally fighting. Oh, it's so bad. If everybody would literally come together and go, you know what? Obviously, there's a lot of fuckery going on here. I'm not voting at all. We are not voting or playing your fucking politics game until you answer to this. This is bullshit. Like, this is so bad. It's so bad. Terrible. We're just watching it happen. Oh, it's so rough. I'm gonna go listen to some good jams and just screw all of this. I just wanted to point it out because this is some shit. I never understood before how people in other countries were leaving comments calling us, the United States, the terrorists here. I never understood. And then I see how seriously they've been poisoning our food and covering shit up this whole time. And then it's just like, oh, they're gonna bomb us with toxic chemical spills and shit now, are they? They're gonna spike all the chickens' food so they don't lay eggs, are they? They're throwing away truckloads of baby formula. There's videos out there about this. People having to drive baby formula to get destroyed. So then my sister and all of these other mothers and fathers out here have to go around crying in the middle of stores, and I have to see that shit. Have to see people crying because their fucking babies don't have formula, huh? Ooh. Now I get it.